Let's take your oral presentation from this to this. Oral presentations are intimidating to begin with, and with COVID, more and more of you are doing oral presentations online and feeling that extra pressure. So in today's video, I will be giving you tips and advice to help you smash that oral presentation. The biggest challenge with Zoom or online presentations is that your audience has a much shorter attention span than somebody who's sitting directly in front of you. So you're going to have to work that much harder to engage them and keep them involved in your oral presentation so that you can achieve those top marks. By the end of this video, you'll have the tips and advice to make those small adjustments to take your oral presentation from very mediocre to amazingly engaging and have the whole process be more straightforward and less stressful. Hi, I'm Lisa, and when I was in high school, I achieved full marks in my oral presentation. I've gone on to do a TED Talk to a live audience, and I've interviewed a whole bunch of candidates to come work for me as tutors in my business online. So I truly believe that the tips I've got up my sleeve will help you smash your oral presentation. Part 1, setting up for your virtual presentation. The first thing is consider your background and light source. It's important to consider what is behind you when you present, as you don't want to distract your audience. Make sure you set up somewhere that no one can walk behind you and there is no competing noise from family members or pets. Also consider using a plain wall or a standard Zoom background to add more formality and professionalism than your bedroom. If these options don't work for you, make sure your room is neat. It seems obvious, but you might be surprised. It's also important to make sure the light source is in front of you, whether that be a window or a lamp, as any direct light behind you will cause your face to disappear into a dark mass and make it harder for the audience to pay attention to you. Your face is important as it communicates information that complements your speech, and if it isn't visible, you'll struggle to engage your audience. Second is stand up and raise your laptop. Also consider delivering your speech standing up and adjust your computer height accordingly. Standing up will immediately engage your audience as it shows you are making an effort and your body language becomes more visible. This will differentiate you from everyone else who presented sitting down and help you get into a presentation mode and deliver a stronger speech. One thing to remember if you do choose to stand is that the lens of your camera needs to be at eye level. So carefully raise your laptop on a bookshelf or stable pile of textbooks. Part 2, tips for delivering a great oral online. First, start your speech by laying out your structure. After your opening hook, just as I did at the start of this video, let's take your oral presentation from this to this. Make sure you lay out the structure of your speech so that the audience knows what's coming up next. In every speech, it's important to signpost your ideas, but this is especially important on Zoom as you don't want to lose your audience's attention. People are much more likely to become disengaged if they cannot understand the broader context or relevance of what you're saying. Hello, Lisa, oral presentation. Let's talk teenage brain shrinking. Always provide an overview of your argument so listeners can easily connect the dots between your ideas or evidence and your contention. Central to the debate is the question: who is to blame for teenage brain shrinking? Some say that it's the government, others say that it's parents, whilst others blame teenagers. We'll cover each one of these today to see who is at fault and ultimately how do we solve this problem. Next, look at the camera lens, not the video squares. We all know that eye contact is essential when delivering a speech. The challenge on Zoom is that speakers look at their own video or the audience, not at the camera lens. So to the audience, it appears as though you're looking down or off center. If you struggle to remember to look at the camera lens, place a sticky note above your camera with a reminder. Otherwise, what I personally do is I actually minimize my component of the video and enlarge the other person's video. This discourages me from fixing up my hair, from looking at how I'm looking and constantly readjusting my camera to make it that perfect angle. Even though I still don't want to look down at the person's video square, at least it's that one action that just removes you from the entire picture and subtly reminds you that you need to be engaging with the person who's on the other side of the camera. Let's now talk about digital cue cards. Use it instead of physical ones. You should always memorize your speech, and we've spoken about this before in my other video, but if you're allowed cue cards, make sure they are in digital form directly below your webcam. Keep in mind that any movements you make are extra visible on camera, and looking at physical cue cards can be distracting. Putting your cues on PowerPoint means you can flick through your speech like a teleprompter, allowing you to subtly glance down if you need a reminder. Having said that though, do try to memorize your speech. Let's now talk about body language and tonal variations. When speaking online, too many people become rigid and monotone and therefore boring to listen to. Body language and expression matters in every speech, but perhaps more so online when there is so little else to grab the listener's attention. Adding appropriate physical gestures, varying your tone and volume, and including pauses or emphasis when necessary will make your presentation more memorable, easier to follow, and can actually reinforce your arguments. Put notes next to your speech to remind you to modulate your voice or gesture. Don't worry about looking ridiculous. Everyone will appreciate your enthusiasm, and the delivery is a core criteria in assessments anyway. Record yourself rehearsing. Because our physical gestures can sometimes feel a little bit more exaggerated or out of place because we're on camera, it's a great idea to try to record yourself beforehand and review your speech to see how you could do better. This is also perfect to help you with the tips that we talked about earlier, including looking at the camera, making sure that the lighting is perfect, and making sure that the angle of the laptop is right as well. Doing all this will help you feel more confident as well, knowing that your presentation is going to be dynamic and engaging. Remember, the only real difference between an in-person oral presentation and one that's online is that you actually just need to work that much harder to engage the person on the other side of the screen. And so the tips that I've talked about today will help you ensure that you do that. What I'm going to do now is link you to a playlist where I've got several videos teaching you how to get that A+ in your oral presentation. I cover things like must-dos and don'ts in an oral presentation. I even did a live stream once when I talked about how I achieved perfect marks in my oral presentations, which I think will be really helpful for you. So head on over and I'll chat to you guys next time. Bye!